So we had a gig in Port Washington, me and Willie, and then Gallo walks off the train from Manhattan and stands next to me and goes, "Are you kidding me?" The gig we were about to walk in was flames shooting out of the roof. It was burning down. It was burning down like 10 minutes before we should have went.
You drove up to it and it was on fire?
We drove up to it. And it was and it was like, you see the flames.
I'm going to invest everything in Bitcoin and Pogs. You know, again. Pogs. Did you say Pogs?
You said I pulled that Martin Moe reference out of my ass. He just said Pogs. I just came off a 10-day tour. And, you know, some of the nights went great. Some of them didn't do that great. And sometimes the money was great. It was better than I thought. Sometimes it wasn't as good as I thought. And it doesn't matter, man.
Oh, hello, I'm Rob White, and welcome to another episode of Who the F is Rob White, where I tattoo stand-up comics. And today's guest right here, this gentleman, fantastic comic and a fun friend of mine, Mr. Terry McNeely. Terry.
And drinking partner.
And drinking partner.
Welcome.
And we are not drinking right now. At all. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Wait, is this the thing?
All right, good intro?
Good intro.
All right, I'm going to start. We're already set up. We pre-set up. I'm going to start and do a couple of lines. It's been like 25 fucking years since you got tattooed. What is it now?
It's been, I would say, 10.
10?
10, 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had all these for a while.
Oh, welcome back to the shit show.
I remember it was a fun pain.
It's
a tickle pain.
Let's start up here.
Fun pain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what
Yeah, especially like where I got it. It's not too bad.
it's gonna feel like. This is what you're in for. So,
Not bad, man.
is that a fun tickle pain, or are we
Yeah, it's a fun tickle
instantly
pain.
regretting
It's on the
everything?
outside of the arm. The inside's a bitch.
Oh, I've got it on the
yeah.
inside. I do see mine. I got one right here.
Yeah,
On the inside.
on the arm he's doing, there's something like in the bicep meat over there. It's
Perhaps too, you know what? Because I'm very, I'm a shitty host on this show. Should introduce off camera. You might hear the sound of a voice and think it's Seth Rogen. You'd be wrong. It's actually Joe Winchell. Joe Winchell with his purple flannel.
yeah, step in there, Joe.
There's it. I'm just coming in. This is Terry's episode. I'm just here to help Rob be a better host. So.
He heard there may or may not be whiskey, and
We
I ain't seen Terry in fucking 3 months.
we needed some youth on the show.
Some youth. I'm 36 years old. I'm 5 years away from looking exactly like you with less hair.
youth. He's got like the youth of like a shelter dog. Do you know what I mean? Like
You know, it's
you
funny.
look like you're almost gonna get put down, but somebody's like, you know what? He's still got a good 3 years left in him. Give him a milk bone.
I gotta tell this story because we're in Selden, New York. And my buddy who he went to high school. I don't know, maybe right before you, Kenny Buglione. I used to work at UPS with him. And whenever we would kid around about like doing something where like, you know, we would get arrested or whatever, at the time I was 36, 37, and I'd be like, yeah, in the papers tomorrow I'll say Farmingville Youth. And he'd be like, you're 37. Farmingville Youth.
Wow, you're walking around pretty proud of yourself. Yeah.
Because I always read that when we were little, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm not a kid. I'm a 37-year-old guy that loads,
Dude, I'm like
loads
that
UPS
too.
trucks, delivers for a few hours, and then goes to Applebee's and gets shit-faced. I mean Fridays. That's what we all drank. We went to Fridays.
Fridays,
It was
that
across
was
the
the spot.
street from UPS.
Dude.
So we would all go there in our UPS coats. And one time our manager walked there and he goes, you can't wear the uniform
Like
while
Cliff,
you're doing shots at Fridays.
and buying twofers
You
and
look like-
half-off apps.
Cliff Clavin at fucking Cheers, just sitting down there pounding
I
pounding
cannot
beers
wear
with
white
Norm.
socks.
Oh my God, right.
I loved Cheers. Cheers was my shit. That was
Cheers,
my
the
jam.
writing on Cheers is incredible.
One of the
Burroughs
greatest,
brothers.
greatest sitcoms.
The Charles,
ever.
wait, that was Burroughs. Was it Charles Brothers or the Burroughs
I
Brothers?
thought it was the Charles Brothers.
Charles Brothers, and then the third guy was named Burroughs. They were amazing writers. Amazing.
Top 10 sitcom of all time? Probably, right?
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
Cheers
I've watched
top five.
every
Top
single
five,
episode
yeah,
of that
absolutely.
show.
Yeah. I think that's one of the best ensemble fucking. It's hilarious.
Because they're all funny
Yeah.
in their own little way. Even the nerd, like the nerd, Cliff Clavin,
Which one? Cliff is the one with the. Well, you know, the beer was invented in 1925.
Yeah. Well, actually, the ancient Mesopotamians, they first drank beer.
Yeah, he always
have
got the
shitty,
facts.
useless facts.
If you've ever been to a bar, you know that motherfucker actually exists.
No,
and
I
he
was gonna
sucks.
say, that still is true.
Well, you know,
Those personalities on that show are the cliched members of, like, the in regulars in bars.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I worked at the most local bar in the town I live in, Santa Barbara. It was a fucking fisherman bar called the Corner Bar. And every one of those individuals, there's like 2 of them. There's more than just one of them.
Is that by the damn Mark Deli? Or down the...
Dude, that's, wow. You haven't been out there in a while. That place, the deli's closed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, now there's some local reference. No one will understand.
They made the best ham and
my father said the same thing.
Spicy
fucking
mustard. Yeah. That was my go-to lunch.
You know,
I always thought it was unfair because we were out of Farmingville. We came out, that's where the hub was.
Yeah.
So the UPS guy that went to like Ronkonkoma, when he pulled over, he'd pay like $2.50 for a ham sandwich. And I was in the Hamptons 15 years ago. We'd still pay like $12.50 for a ham sandwich. And I'm like, should we get paid more? Because I'm delivering in the Hamptons. Yeah, you put this guy in a white trash town and you put me in, you know, where Billy Joel docks his boat.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just saying, there's a difference in scale. Dude, didn't you have your famous accident out near my house?
Famous accident?
Right in front of Storm Motors.
Well, can we tell them?
Southampton.
Can we tell
the accident?
Famous accident?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was at a bar way too late one time, and then I went home in Oakdale. O'Reilly's in Oakdale, and then I went home, and I was living at home at the time, my parents, and I tried to take a 40-minute nap on the floor of the shower. That's what I call it, aqua therapy. He knows all about it. It's just room to...
Legendary. If you do comedy shows with him, he does this thing where he lays on the...
Yeah, I lay on the floor of the shower, I steam all the booze out of my pores, so the next day the hangover is a little bit lessened.
You should put this in spas.
Oh, yeah.
You should sell this notion to spas.
Yeah, sure.
Like, just put a couple of showers in here when all the drunks come in at 5 a.m.
But they'll think that aqua therapy, you know that dumb, those stupid people that float?
Yeah.
They'll think that that's what I mean. No, you got to come in shit-faced.
Yeah, you got it. It doesn't
And
work.
then you lay on the floor. So long story short, I laid there. I tried to. I slept maybe 22 minutes out of the 40 I attempted, and then I went, wow, I'm out of sick days, and I've called in sick way too many times. And they're like, listen, we're not taking any more sick days. Everybody gets 2 grandmothers. Apparently you had 4. So I was like, I can't come. This is so and so. I ripped through like excuses. So I go, I gotta go to work. No other way around. I have to, even though I was union. I was at the end of my rope. So I went in, and then I drove all the way out to Southampton, pulled over to get a bacon, egg, and cheese, got back in the truck, didn't put the seatbelt on. And as I took a couple bites, I guess I was starting to like come out of the hangover and get droopy.
Oh, that little tire.
And then I fell asleep while the truck was going 15, 20 miles an hour. And the truck hit a Subaru, which hit a Saab, which hit a Mercedes, which hit a BMW, which hit a Buick or whatever. And it was a $1.6 million lawsuit, Liberty Mutual.
If it was a Chevy, it would have just stopped immediately.
Fucking America. A Ford is a real man's
Oh, you're out
car.
in the Hamptons too. I'm surprised you didn't say I hit a Mercedes.
Most of them were German. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
Dude. But were you even doing comedy at that time?
No.
You weren't even doing comedy.
No, because the girl I was with at the time, after that happened, she booted me out. And then
What a bitch.
I was lost in my life, and I think I applied for unemployment, and they turned me down. So then I went to.
I was lost in my life. Isn't that hilarious? When Terry was just at his lowest.
When did you find yourself, Terry?
Listen, I'm not like a regular person. I've hit bottom like 12 times. The next day I go, all right, I'm over it. What am I going to rehab like a pussy?
My headache's gone. My headache's gone. I had something to eat. I feel better.
Go to AA and drink coffee until it comes out of my ears.
Oh,
I encourage you to smoke. That's the only good great thing about AA. They'd be like, yeah, go ahead, smoke more than you smoke.
That's true. At least I've always said, at least they give, like, you need something. Everybody needs advice, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't care what it is. I don't care if you steal lipstick from Target on the weekends. Like,
I have almost every vice.
I think you're every vice.
I don't let myself in casinos anymore because I'm just not good at winning. But that's a vice also. Seriously, you know what's funny? I haven't got a tattoo in 12 years. I'm going to end up liking this fucking thing, and then I'm going to be back here every week. And I'm like, I can't go out Friday and get drunk. I need a new tattoo, so I had to call Rob.
Hey, dude, I'm not.
No, I know they're addicted.
They're addicted.
Oh, I know.
Because I already talked to Rob.
Heroin right in the goddamn needle. I mean, that's what it is. I just rub it on there.
Heroin.
Heroin
That's where it belongs in a needle, right? I never did heroin, but I knew a couple people that did.
People are like, oh,
As soon as
heroin.
you were us.
My best friend in comedy did heroin.
It's not just gonna jump in your skin by itself. You need to do some work. Get a spoon or something. What do you?
You can't rub it on.
Fucking
Make me
Mary.
high. I'm rubbing it on a vein. Why isn't this working?
This is Vicks Vapo Rub. Get that out of here. Vapo heroin. It's great. It cleared my sinuses and my bank account.
Rub it on your chest. You don't feel good, Rob? You don't feel good, Robbie? Rub it on your chest.
Mom, this Vapo heroin is making me.
Vapo heroin.
Mom, I want to record an album.
This is my favorite episode already, and it's like 15, 20 minutes in.
Heroin is one of those drugs that never work except for when it really works, right? Because like most people like heroin, they went right down the tubes and nothing happened.
Oh, it
with them.
works. It's meant to destroy you. So it works.
But then you're like, but Keith Richards though, right? I mean, like,
Well, he's an
literally
anomaly. He's
one
not
of the
human.
longest bands
When people-
in history, rocking his ass off. He's still out there right now, changing his blood and
And
shit.
the only reason I think
Oh,
he's
yeah,
quoted
no,
as being
dude.
like,
He's,
I love heroin. Just don't give it to me again because I'll enjoy it too much or something like that.
you know, like all the conspiracy theorists say, like there's reptilians out there.
Yeah.
He has to be one of them because he's not human.
What's
There's no
that's
way
every
he's human.
comedian's joke, right? It's like when the world ends, it'll be just Keith Richards and
Keith
cockroaches.
Richards, cockroaches, and Cher.
Yeah.
Yeah. They always say.
Do you believe
A layer of plastic, whatever. She's got Kevlar into her face.
She had so many lips put on, you could take 3 of them off and she still had 3 lips underneath.
You know what's crazy? She was super hot at one point. Like she was
And she looked
super
like she looked like a Native American. She was hot
When
like in the
you-
late
yeah, she had
60s.
the-
You
She
could
wore,
turn
like,
that
long
time
torso.
video where she's on stage on the USS Nimitz or some shit,
yeah.
and she's dancing
Like
like.
she's straddled a cannon.
I mean, I was coming of age at
Yeah.
that time, so
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
a different
yeah.
kind of.
We've
but-
all jerked
yeah.
off to share. It's fun.
I don't know why I did those things I did.
Your hat can say that hasn't jerked off to Moonstruck. I have.
Moonstruck.
I don't know if I've gone that far. In the
She's really
80s,
hot,
I was
Moonstruck,
jerking up
man.
to Cher. Maybe Phoebe Cates. And what's
Terry, I don't know why you think that's not weirder than what I
Jamie
say.
Gertz. Oh my God.
Jamie
If you haven't jerked off to
No,
Jamie
you-
Gertz, you're fully gay.
That's,
Jamie
that's
Gertz.
like right in your wheelhouse.
Jamie
I mean,
Gertz
Phoebe
is the
Cates.
girl in Less Than Zero.
I have no idea.
Never
She
seen
was,
Less Than
she was also in the American classic, The Twister.
Yeah, that's right. She is in that fucking movie. I love that
Twister.
movie.
She's the hot one in Twister. You know, not Helen Hunt with the,
Oh yeah,
with the,
Helen
with the
Bunt.
7-inch forehead.
Helen.
And the John Kerry eyes.
That movie rules. You're right. That movie rules.
Yes. It's a Richard Marx song.
Extreme.
Extreme,
man.
All right.
Extreme.
That's what she looks like.
Dude, that's one of those movies where I watch and I like to drink and to it and everything, and it just because it just
See the stupid scene where they're all asking about the hurricane, and they're like, he says some. Oh my God, I saw it on Comia.
Tornado.
Yeah, it's Twister movie. The Twister
you
movie.
said hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's
he,
your natural disasters,
hurricane.
right?
so
Okay.
they talk about like the numbers 1 to
Yeah.
5, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're like, what's it for? And he goes, that'll officially relocate your house.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like
It's
4,
fucking,
and then the Jamie Gertz goes, well, what's a 5? And people drop their utensils. Like, we don't talk about that.
we don't talk about 5. Yeah. I love that movie.
It's so bad.
It's so bad, but no, but it's also like,
You know what's funny? Like now that I live alone,
yeah,
like my Netflix kind of went the way of the dodo.
yeah.
I lost Hulu and all the good shit.
Yeah.
But Tubi's free.
You're right, Tubi.
Tubi has the most
Tubi's a lot of
atrocious
movies.
fucking movies ever. Like stop or my mom will shoot.
Oh my God!
Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. So
that's
I
like a
was
decline.
watching this corny shit the
They
other night,
watch like
horrible.
Teaching Miss Tingle and shit.
No, Teaching Miss
That's
Tingle is an
cannibals in
American
there, so-
classic. Dude, the best.
Terrible movies.
Yeah, but you're like me. You like to watch garbage and make fun of it.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do my own Mystery Science Theater in my apartment by myself, next to my cat.
Because you can watch a steady run of Stallone movies where you're like, I mean, this guy was just saying yes to everything.
Cops and Robertsons.
Yeah, stop when my mom will shoot with Estelle Getty.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
What do you
Like,
think about
dude,
what's the pitch?
Yeah,
Pitch for that?
Stallone
Wait,
and the
this
little
sounds
pregnant
like-
lady from the Golden Girls.
That's when Stallone was like untouchable. We're like, listen, Stallone and his mom, it's going to be great. We're going to give it tons of, throw money at it. It's going to do great. Ooh, what a bad movie.
Oh yeah.
Because it's not like, what was the one Schwarzenegger did that's funny, though? Kindergarten Cop.
Kindergarten
Oh,
Cop.
yeah, but that's kind of classic.
Exactly.
It's like
That movie-
for children that age.
But that was his
Classic.
Kindergarten Cop. It didn't work out.
Or dude, remember Last Action Hero?
That was
I
funny.
saw
That's
Last
when
Action
the
Hero.
That was corny too, but it's you know what? It's watchable.
Funny,
It's
true.
It's watchable.
Because it makes
the guy with the
satire.
crazy contact in his eye.
Oh, yeah, because it makes fun of all those movies from the 80s that we love.
Yep.
And they're right. They're like, I shot many when he goes to the real world and he shoots somebody.
Yeah,
he goes,
I'm
who's
exactly
gonna stop
like
me?
that, man. I watch shitty movies and I make fun of them in my head, like to
Tubi.
myself,
Tubi.
so I entertain myself.
I have Tubi.
Tubi, and what's the other one? Pluto.
Oh, yeah. They just fucking...
But you know what Tubi had on it? Tubi had, and I started binging it. They have the whole series of Gotham, and when I was working on Gotham, I never watched Gotham.
Good show.
Like if someone said I saw you, I would try to go back and see the little piece, or my mom would, videotape the TV.
I saw you on
Send
that
it
show
to
a
me.
bunch.
Like a couple times, I'd be out to go on stage in like Indiana,
Yeah.
and my mom's like, "You were on TV tonight," and I'd watch the thing. I'm like, "Okay, cool." I shut the phone off and then
You
go on
were,
stage.
you were on Gotham for
A lot, yeah.
That was... You're
I was a
indie.
reoccurring background detective, and then.
You look like such a cop. You guys started together, right? Did you guys start together?
Yeah, you know what's
Yeah,
funny?
yeah.
I've been telling Rob this since he re-entered comedy, and he's crushing. By the way, it's fucking no
Rob's
joke,
fucking
no joke,
hilarious.
not kidding at all, man.
Yeah,
Fucking
man.
Jesus.
Glad to be back with you guys.
And
I missed this.
I've been looking for this picture. This is probably from 2007 or 8. There's a picture. It's probably on MySpace. You know, on MySpace.
No, it
They
is.
wiped
and I
everything
can't
out,
fucking
and it's
get
just music
my
now,
MySpace.
or whatever.
Tim Thompson's the only person who might have it.
Oh yeah. I have to ask Tim. I think I actually brought it up to him laughing last time I saw him.
Tim
at
doesn't
Tony's
stop
party.
doing bits. He's like, "Hey, you want the picture?
Yeah,
You're gonna have to ask Chester Cheeto because he owes me some money." And you're like, Tim,
I'm gonna look for that picture.
oh yeah, the same picture with Alan Thicke, and then you're like, "Shut the fuck up and just tell me where the goddamn photo is." Man.
Tim Thompson's a comic we all know for a little context.
He's fucking hilarious, but
Hilarious.
he's never off, and if he tries to be off, he's still funny when he's off, and he doesn't realize he's still being a comic. When you're talking to him, you're like, dude, stop it. His cadence of speaking is just fucking hilarious. But there's a picture I've been looking for.
Yeah.
Me, Rob, and Tim Thompson did a show. It was called Pub.
No, it was in a Marine Corps base.
But it was in a
the
bar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Officers.
I'm trying to remember.
The officers'
name of
bar?
Yeah, it was a bar. It was a Marine base in Garden City, right by the mall. There's a Marine barracks over there.
Like a training
No
place?
idea the Marines were there.
Yeah, and we had no idea. Carrie Karavis calls me up. She goes, "Go over there, grab 2 guys, and do this fucking show, and they'll give you some money." And
So it was
years
Carrie
ago.
who did it.
I think it was Carrie. Yeah,
And
it
she
was
still doesn't know who I
the
am.
name.
I don't know you.
Like, are you kidding me? She doesn't know you.
You're funny, funny lady.
Who the fuck are you? I don't know you. She's like, she always whips her hair around.
And it's just, that's it. She just,
Terry told me about you, and I don't remember you, even though I sent you to a Marine base.
I've been in her house. I did writing in her house. I'm like, hi. And she's like,
that's
nice to meet you, I guess.
That's right. That's when she stopped doing the governor's class. She did classes out of her basement in the Bethpage
I
house.
heard about it. And Rob always says that. He was
And it was funny. It was only 4 of us. It was like an intensive
Yeah,
class.
yeah.
It wasn't like 12,
It
15.
was only
better like that.
It was
Then
a
you can do
handful of
one-on-one
times. Me,
shit.
you, and Danny LaFaro. And
Yeah.
maybe Tim. Maybe Tim.
Maybe
you know?
Tim. Yeah, I was trying to think of who'd be around. Who was a newbie in 07, 08. So yeah, I'm not sure. Scotty J.
Scotty fucking J.
Might be
Remember
Scotty
him?
J. He was like one of those guys where, why are you quitting? You're actually good.
He's one of those dudes that was just so funny, but didn't have the
there's
drive.
people I can name. I would wish they would quit tomorrow.
Yeah,
But
me too.
Scotty was so fucking funny, great writer, great performer, great stage presence. But then he has a job where he builds websites for fucking $700 an hour. So he's like, I don't need this.
It's always those people. Isn't it always those guys?
Once you have a real job, you're never gonna make it.
But it's always those guys that you're brutally talented. You've got
You have
more
no
than
drive. If you get
I want
money,
to know,
true,
I want to know who you think should quit. Oh man, right? Let's make this the burger.
Chris, edit this out.
break out the Everclear, maybe all the time.
Chris.
Because we all have a short
Yeah,
list
one
of
more.
people that were just like, he's still alive, he's still doing comedy. How many years?
Why?
It's like,
Why? Capitals.
it's just like, did he take the vaccine? Please give him the You got vaccinated, right?
Take the
Give me the
vaccine.
cup. You want more?
No, we're gonna finish.
All right.
I'm not saying that the vaccine.
What about you?
Okay.
Okay.
No,
You want more water?
yeah.
Did he take the vaccine? Yeah, he'll be gone in 5 years.
Oh, that's terrible, right? He'd be gone because he was so healthy
Yeah, no,
He's
it's
lived
very
life
frustrating.
faster. That's what it is.
There was a guy, Jason Galvin, that I started with back then. Because you weren't in the classes with me, but I did the open mics with you and shit like that.
We did a lot of like
And
the
then
Dylan Bringer
we did a lot of
stuff
Dylan. We did a lot of the Ryerson showcases over there.
Yeah, that's right.
Where me and Gallo would walk in, and you'd be there with like LaFaro and Will Vogt.
Will Vogt. Yep.
Yeah.
Will Vogt.
He was a little bit of like Tim and Gallo were a little ahead of us because they were like, they were already pros, and we were like
Ryan Cooney.
newbie shits. Yeah.
Ryan Cooney. I still talk to him. I tattooed Ryan not that long ago. He was funny son of a bitch, and I'm just like,
that's another guy. That's another guy. He was actually funny. Like, why'd you quit? There's guys that are funny that they just go, I got my fill, and they leave, and you're like, it's so frustrating because there's 5 or 6 people that just linger around, and you're like, why don't you go get an office job? This isn't working for you. I mean,
Waka outfits.
I mean, as far as me getting my house and in my fucking BMW, it's not working for me either. But I'm semi making a living.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is that's fun. You really
at least I semi have a fucking following because of my big mouth.
You love this, and you love like the old school like comedy road. Like some people talk about the road and they're like, I hate the fucking road. But you're like actually get excited.
I just came off a 10-day tour, and some of the nights went great, some of them didn't go that great, and sometimes the money was great, it was better than I thought, sometimes it wasn't as good as I thought, and it doesn't matter, man. You pull up to that hotel, usually my buddy, because he has like credit cards that actually work, so he'll go in, if they have to have you got to put $100 down, and then we keep it on your card for 4 days, just in case. Everybody, when we pull up, everybody thinks like, I'm like, they're like, yeah, we're going to hold $200 on your credit card for 5 days. I'm like, well, how am I going to get a hotel 3 days from now when you're going to hold that on for 5 days? Because you think I'm going to throw a TV out the window? I'm like Nikki Sixx. We tell dick jokes. I'm not Motley Crue. I'm not going to throw the TV out the window and burn the fucking bed like Mick Morris. You know what I'm saying? It's like
some fear and loathing.
What do you think I'm going to do? I just need a place to go to sleep when I'm 15 bourbons in.
You just need a shower.
I need a bed. That's all I need. Exactly. And a comfortable shower to spend half the night in. Every time it's like Mike Merck come in and he goes, dude, why did we get this room? You didn't even sleep in the bed. You were in the shower the whole time. And then you just stood up and took a shower and then came back undressed. You were laying on the floor of the shower. Then you stood up like a human.
Oh man!
The road. I love it more than anything.
I was trading stories the other day with Gary Garcia. I did a show.
You guys were
all the
upstate.
way up in the asshole of America. Upstate, like 5 hours away.
Yeah, I headlined that show the last 3 years.
Canastota show.
I told Brian, I go, you can't have me headline again. At least skip a year. So Brian was on a show with Gary on my Giggle Room show, and he goes, you know what? I'll headline Gary. I go, good idea. And then he knows
I gotta thank you. No, I gotta thank you on it because I know it's through you that I got it, but I don't know how I got it directly.
Yeah, you and Gary literally got on there because I said you can't put me up there again.
That was the show.
I don't have enough new shit yet.
No, you did the patio show. you did the governor's patio show, and I was there and I hosted. And Gary.
Then that's how you know it's Gary. Yeah.
But I don't know if I reached out afterwards or what it was, but.
You know what?
It was a killer show. It was 1,000 miles away.
After he booked Gary, I think he reached out and said, "Do you have Rob's number or connect me with him on Facebook?"
Yeah.
That's a good gig, man. Gary told me it was like a blizzard up there, and it always is. Every year I go up there. It's January every year.
It was like driving.
I'm always carrying my T-shirts through 3 feet of snow.
It was ridiculous. And
Gary said it took him. Me and Mike called him on the phone. He was like, I did that show that Terry hooked me up with.
That's how he talks.
That's
exactly how
I do a spot on Gary and a spot on Adam. I can't do Mike because he's too common.
He's too common, man.
He's too normal.
Sorry. Gary did that in a fucking Honda Civic.
Yeah.
He's like, Honda Civic. And
I'm sure he was crying the whole way because when you go on the road with Gary, he pulls over on every rest stop and details his car fully. Armor all. Wipes it down with a diaper. What
diaper?
His car is impeccable looking all the time. So the snow and the salt must have really burned his ass because his car is gorgeous, like perfect condition, impeccably clean.
It's a Honda Civic?
The Honda Civic.
No,
He's
yeah,
Puerto
no,
Rican, so
yeah.
I mean.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why.
That's not wrong. That's true.
Their cars and their sneakers are always the nicest thing in their lives.
Yeah.
So that. But one time he
Like
let
you wanted to be driving a car.
one time he let Mike Merck drive his car somewhere or whatever. Or he goes like, yeah. He's like, yeah. It's in the back of the parking lot. Move it up front. So Mike goes out. You know, Mike's that normal guy. He just doesn't give a shit about his car. Mike is a Sentra, and I have an Altima. We have almost the same car.
Yeah, white cars.
Mike went out, started up Gary's car, moved it really close up to the hotel for their convenience while they checked out. And what happened was he put one of the tires in a puddle. And Gary came out with, no, all these fucking parking spots, you gotta put my shit in a fucking puddle, yo. And he lost it.
That's really him.
He lost his shit.
He was.
Let's give a shout out to Gary. He has a podcast also.
Yeah,
the
shout out Gary.
Rated G podcast with Brian Licata there. I love doing that podcast.
He killed at the show.
Dude,
really
he's
did.
a monster. He's a monster.
Does Merck have a podcast?
No.
I think I just saw you on
Everybody in the Midwest told me and Merck we should have a podcast together, but I'm like, we both don't own a laptop.
Podcasts are Jesus Christ, dude.
Every time I want a laptop, my buddy Jack calls me, let's go to Parsnips. I get fucked up, and I'm like, it was the laptop.
You own a
Do you remember
laptop?
when we went to Walton and then I think the booker there was like, oh, I need to use your laptop. And you go, why the fuck do you think I have a laptop? Because Terry doesn't have regular luggage. He just takes fucking...
Oh, that's why. I have a laptop bag.
Yeah.
But in the laptop bag is like bourbon, cigarettes, chopstick, my business cards.
He goes, I don't know
It's like
why.
you never
miscellaneous other things I don't want to mention.
You ever see like a 9-year-old that's running around and
You don't have luggage.
the 9-year-old packs like,
gas station dick pills.
what am I gonna need? I'm gonna need like comic books, and I'm gonna need this.
Like, what do you mean you don't have a laptop? You have a laptop bag. I'm like, yeah, that's how I smuggle the booze in. These clubs, when I started, the clubs gave you all the drinks for free. Now they don't, so guess what? Fuck you. Now they're like, now I order a ginger ale, I suck that vial of ginger ale out with a straw, and I put the goodness in.
When you go there, be like, no.
No. I still have a couple of touch-up spots with the outlines all in there.
Are you doing color, Terry?
Oh yeah, we gotta shadow that out and everything.
Cool.
Jeez.
But it looks pretty fucking good already.
Let's see.
This guy over here, I still gotta put a couple of lines. And
That looks sick.
we're making it happen.
Nice,
A
man.
couple little.
Is that like your first, like... Is that
This
like...
guy knows what he's doing.
Is this like your first reel? Because you...
I thought it was just a comic that dabbled in this shit.
No. Rob's unlike all of us where he has a job to support this.
No, he doesn't have a real job. He has a business.
He has a business.
He's on a whole other level.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy's like Scotty J have a real job, and this guy has.
Let's be honest, like it's honestly, not to sound like a cornball, but
No, of course
it's
not.
my wife. Really, if she,
Well, we know
if
she's
she
the brains behind the operation. We know you.
I have no idea what I'm doing. Like people, if someone comes in here, comes up to me at the bar, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna invest everything in Bitcoin and Pogs. Again.
You said I pulled that Martin Moe reference out of my ass. He just said Pogs. That's fucking brilliant.
Listen, everyone knows that
Pogs and
Pogs.
slammers.
I just bought $3,000 worth of muscles. I don't know if you remember muscles.
The little guys.
Little plastic fucking
Hilarious.
I have stopped in like vintage like fucking like junk stores and everything, and I've seen
You're a
Pogs.
psycho. This shit. Your head is just as fucked up as me.
Our whole look, Diana, we're gonna be thousandaires by the time I'm done.
Thousandaires. I want to brag. I'm 100-air.
100. I got like 3
I'm
scratch
not
off.
kidding. I have 300. Bring me to Bristol this weekend so I can make another whopping 300.
Dude, I'm right.
That's my career. I need 300 to go to Bristol so I can make 300 and bring it back.
Have Terry on once a month. This is fun. This is fun as shit.
A sleeve by the time we're done.
By the time at the 6th season, I'll be the guy with the corks in his ears and the fucking horns and shit. I'll be covered head to toe.
Dude, he gets to it. But Terry gets tattoos every once in a while, so like eventually when he's 70, he'll be like, I finally got sleeves. Like
proper Williamsburg Irish there. Like a hipster fucking Irish guy.
What you got the cross. You said before you got another. It's a cross, right?
Yeah, it's the Celtic cross.
And you said eventually you want to do like an all Irish type thing.
Well, I'm gonna keep everything Irish on his shoulder and
We
arm.
just talked about not doing that. Now you're gonna do that?
No, it's going to be a picture of the Boondock Saints. It'll be fine.
I'm trying to keep this arm Irish because this is all kinds of fucking horse shit. I eventually wanted like right in here.
Yeah.
We the People, like all the way from the wrist to the elbow.
Just get the whole Bill of Rights from your fucking wrist all the way back.
I'm gonna get with people with like a faded American flag, but it has to be black and white because I have no colors on me anyway. Years ago, I almost got that fucking Notre Dame Fighting Irish jerk.
You're one of those jerk offs.
I was, no, and then last minute I went. Everybody I hang out with has this. I don't want to.
It's like the shamrock.
I refuse to be that guy.
It's like the shamrock in the back of the neck.
Yeah, thank God that I didn't do like the things. It would be on my leg right now, and I would just.
Dude, I almost got the.
Even when I was naked, I'd at least have one sock on to hide it.
I almost got the shamrock on the back of my fucking neck. I almost got it in the back of my neck. I was shithoused. I was shithoused at the Halfpenny Pub in
You're
Sayville.
Irish, Joe? I thought you were like Episcopal or something.
No, I'm Saint Bernard.
Oh, Jesus. God bless you. What?
Blood Gesundheit. No, I almost got. I was shithoused at the Halfpenny Pub in Sayville one night, and we were all.
I used to love that.
Dude, that was my bar. That was
so
my
shit.
fucking bar until
Halfpenny.
20 until
I
29.
did a show years ago. Me and
Gallo, right?
and Terra, we did St. Joseph's College. It was a nice, sophisticated, normal crowd. Right? Laughed. Everything went well. We cleaned up our shit. We went over to the Halfpenny. Was pronounced in Ireland.
Yeah. I saw that little bit of like that. Maybe we are like those Irish versions of the Italian comics, but never mind.
You fucking dirty mix.
I was in Dublin.
The halfpenny.
You're fine, but
No, hit the button. Hold it. There you go. Yeah.
you're good.
Halfpenny Bridge.
When I was in Dublin, the Halfpenny Bridge, and literally the first bar I ever drank at was called the Halfpenny Pub. And it was so stereotypical. I walked in there, and it was 2012, July. And they were literally, there was a band playing with a violin and a guitar and
Like
drums.
real, like a whole,
and it was literally, I nearly fucked it up this time. They were literally doing that. They
But
were
like an
covering,
Irish version
they
of
were
that? Or?
covering that short. That's all.
Terry's version of it. I don't even want the Irish version. I just want Terry's Irish.
That's what it is. That's why you can make fun of him, because you know Terry's like, when I walk in and hear the violin, it makes me think of the old country. Like, what old country? What? Fucking Sayville? What are you talking about?
No. Here we go. Sriracha. Top of the morning to you, Rob.
I didn't have a tin.
Hey, Rob, let's do a podcast together, and we'll all wear shamrocks all over us.
Here we are in the old drunken podcast.
Rob, look at Chris.
My fucking mic. My mic is on.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Checking.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
Chris.
long story short, we did the Halfpenny in Sayville, and there was a bar brawl. Some guys tried to attack Gallo,
That
and
happened,
I yelled at him where I just literally just went like that out the door. I pushed him out the door. He just like, as I was like that, he just backed out the door, and I slammed the fucking door in his face. Another time, me and Chris Davis, a bunch of, some guy, this is the Gallo show, of course, the Road Rage, the old Road Rage Gallo show.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
And shout out to good George Gallo.
Gallo is a guy that basically, like, I took Harry Kravitz' class, and I was very lucky in my career because I was introduced to Gallo and Keith Anthony and Paul Bond and Chris Roach and Monty and Starr and all those, like, what I thought were legends when I started. They were like the guys that me and Rob would like mega look up to.
Crazy people.
And so I'm very lucky. So Gallo took a liking to me. I don't know why.
That's what he tells me every
Apparently
time.
he's attracted to alcoholics or something.
But he doesn't really drink, which is the weirdest
No,
thing.
he would always drink whatever I drank. He would always say, I'm your comedy mentor and you're my drinking mentor.
That's what he told me. He said,
Yes, yes.
I was like, oh, you work with Terry. When I first met him,
if
he's
I
like,
drink 7-7s, he drank 7-7s. Then when I went to Doers and the Rocks, he went to Doers and the Rocks. Because he goes, you always trust me to give you advice in comedy. Because, you know, he's been doing it 20 years longer than me. So he goes, oh, so I trust you. Whatever you're drinking, it's got to be good. So that's how that whole thing. But that show, so there was a big fight at that show. Another time, we're out in North Belmore or something. It's a real Irish bar. I forget the name of it. Really Irish. I mean, literally, the outside was green. The inside was green. And Chris Davis on the show with us. Chris Davis just had a heart attack. So he ordered a hamburger with like extra bacon on it.
but no cheese.
Yeah, but extra bacon. The bartender puts the hamburger in front of Chris Davis, and Gallo knows he just had a heart attack. So he takes the bun off. He goes, you're eating all this bacon? You just had a heart attack. Takes all the bacon, throws it in the garbage behind the bar. And Chris Davis is like, yo, what the fuck you doing, man? You doing? You just had a heart attack. He's like, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I want that fucking bacon. And then some old little guy walked in. They came in from a wake, and he had a big coif of white hair.
Like a
So
pompadour?
Gallo's on stage,
Okay.
like a big
pompadour, right?
combed up,
Yeah.
combed up white hair. So Gallo not missing a beat.
That's what
like,
he is.
Crowd work guy, forget it.
And he just spots this guy walking in, and he goes, "Oh, what an honor! John Gotti came to my show." So his wife comes up to him. The wife comes up, and she's like almost like doing like the John L. Sullivan. Like this. Like she's like, "What are you doing? I'll knock you the fuck out of that." Like she's doing that shit. She's a little lady. So then Gallo goes, "All right, lady, get out of the way." Whatever. He goes, some short joke, and she walks aside. The son comes over and tries to attack Gallo. I put him in a full Nelson, and I throw him out the fucking front door. Like I kick the door open, throw him out the front door. Chris Davis is right behind me. Chris Davis is a big scary guy with sleeve tattoos. He's like a.
I met Chris
he drives a cement truck.
Yeah.
I met Chris in Yonkers,
He's
right?
bigger than me. He's older than me. He like you don't want, if you look at him, you would never want to fight him. He's a fucking scary guy, but he's a teddy bear down deep down.
No, I met him in Yonkers when we did the fucking Moriarty.
I mean, he's hilarious.
Sweetheart guy.
He's hilarious
he's
also, but he looks like he'd fucking beat the.
He's
Like,
a big dude. Yeah.
Oh, if I was a stranger and that guy fought, I'd be like, I'm gonna go home, because he looks like menacing as shit, even though he's a liberal, so he probably can't fight. But so
whatever.
I had to stick it in there. So Chris is right behind me. He's got the little snap cab driver hat. So I kick the fucking guy out the door, and I go, so we were in Belmore, and I go down the block to the New Bridge Inn and have a Sambuca, you fucking giddy trash. This is an Irish bar. And Chris is like, yeah, get out of here. I think it's great.
Have a Sambuca.
That's where all the Italians hang out in Belmore. This is the New Bridge Inn.
That's so funny.
They sit there like, I don't believe I fucking Sambuca.
You brought up George Gallo.
Right now, somewhere at Governor's, it's just like, you smell fire?
I'm not talking about Governor. I'm talking about Belmore.
I think Terry's burning a bridge.
You see that? I got a bridge for you.
No, I said it's what the fuck is it? All the shit with Gallo, dude. All 3 years.
You used to, because I've gone on the road with you and we were driving the car.
I did to Joe one day what Gallo used to do to me all the time. Whenever we'd be driving like way upstate or in the fucking woods of Pennsylvania, and there's like a town where you're like, there's no way a show could be here. There's nothing around here, pine trees and snow and ice and shit. So whenever I'd be driving, like, and we would hit an area, and I go, dude, it says on the GPS 3 minutes away that I don't see anything. There's no way there can be a show around here. And then Gallo would always do this thing. He would fake like he had a silencer, and he goes, "Oh, by the way, McNeely, there is no gig." like it was a hit. I did that for him upstate.
I'll tell you, when I went to Canada,
I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
I just went to...
By the way, Joe, there is no gig.
Because you took me on the road. I'm 3 years into comedy, man. And at this time, I changed Terry's tire so I would go on the fucking road with him. And I changed his tire.
My car was brand new, and I backed up into a rebar parking cement block, and he came out. It was like somehow he had like a rolling jacket.
Dude, I found
put the car up.
I found all this shit in his car, and
Evan Weiss is in the parking lot. He's killing. Evan Weiss was joking to us in the parking lot, and I go, dude, you're murdering. Somebody should have taped this.
No, you know what the line was? The line was this. You go, Evan, you're doing so well right now. I've never seen this before. He goes, without missing a beat, Evan Weiss just goes, I usually do, but you're always outside smoking 10 cigarettes.
Dude, I'm going to say it, and motherfuckers, because people talk a lot of shit about Evan Weiss, right?
He does well on stage.
Evan will come out with shit sometimes.
He does well on stage.
God
I mean, the guy's he's been doing it for a long time. How can you not be?
Nah, not me. Fuck.
I've seen him do well.
I'm just kidding.
I've seen him do very well.
Fucking picks fights with everybody.
He picks fights with everybody.
I don't fight anybody. I'm like, you're.
That's why I never have drama with anybody in this business. If I don't talk to you, I don't like you, and if I talk to you, I love you.
Terry,
and
that's
whatever.
true.
I'm never involved in a feud.
Front. Yeah, if you
Never
don't like
involved in a
somebody, you don't
feud.
talk to them.
That's it.
I always tell people, and maybe it's being a comic or whatever.
Actually, if I don't like you, I'll just be like, hey, how you doing? And I won't talk to you the rest of the night. And if I do like you, I'll fucking destroy you in the green room. I'll
That's
cut
how I knew
your
you liked me,
feelings.
because you told me
That
I was
means
a
I love
fag
you.
right when you first met me.
Because that's how we came up. We came up in me and Rob, we started, and even the guys before us. If like back in the day, in the green room, like some guy would have like a show, whatever, and maybe you'd be on the air or they were doing a pilot in L.A. and they came back and they had with their tail between their legs. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
So you'd be like, that show go. Yeah. Yeah, just as well as the rest of your career, you jerk off asshole.
But that's comedy.
But that means you love that guy.
Yeah, because this is how.
If I make fun of you, I think you're a
You
great person.
fuck with your buddies all the time. That's why when he almost hooked up with the girl and was getting arrested outside the hotel, I sent my buddy over to fuck with him because I love him.
Yeah, it's true.
Honestly, top 10 joke of my life.
Joe tried to hook up with this girl when we all did a show
Yeah,
in Bristol.
tell the story. I love it.
And
I didn't try.
he was there. He was right there. He was at the hotel. He was purchasing the ticket, trying to fucking ride the ride.
And he's such a mac. She was gonna pay for the room.
She did pay for the room.
Yeah.
No. She paid for the room.
Yeah. Long story short, she did pay for the room.
And then what
she
happened?
gave Joe her credit card. That's how bad she wanted to fuck you.
Dude,
She was gonna pay for your
What did
dick.
Mike Merck say? What is it that Mike Merck says? On the road, pussy never falls. Always
falls through. Pussy
Listen.
always falls through.
Sometimes, first of all, I'm a single man, so I go out there. I'm just prefacing this because we're not talking. But like, we were at a bar. We did a show at Comedy Works in Bristol, which is actually this weekend. I'm going with fucking Terry to do that. It's a story. No, I was just saying. I don't
It's your life, but it's a joke to us. We laugh
it's a
at
joke
it.
to me.
Joe's closer.
It's Joe. If I remember you at the end of it, I remember you turned. Like, I think you turned to me. It's like, if you have any gumption as a comedian, you turned this into a fucking bit. And I remember being at the casino with you and Billy, and you were giving me fucking. No, I was with you and Rob, and you were giving me kind of like ideas on
the
it.
casino the next
But the
day.
story goes.
We had like something to eat at like a decent looking bar for once in my life.
The casino, yeah.
For once in my life, I was actually eating in a casino. It's pretty expensive.
Dude, but so the story.
I must have sold 13 shirts.
No, it was a good night. It was a good night. I remember.
When I sell shirts, I'm like, let's get a cigar. Go gambling. When I don't sell shirts, I'm like, Mom, I can't make my rent. You gotta put $50.
Terry goes to me. He's like, "Listen, I can't pay you back for the room." And I'm like, and I go, "I understand. I love you, comedy dad." Anyway, so this dude, I think it was it the first time I did Comedy Works, or was it the second time? Because you brought me there. You've brought me there a couple times.
Was the first time with Fat Jay?
I think the first time was with Fat Jay.
The second time was with Rob, and then then he said bring Fat Jay back. He always wants to switch it up. Both of them, by the way, it has nothing to do with you.
He loves me.
He loves you.
He's like, who the fuck
Dude,
is this guy?
No, you crushed the night you were with us. Remember that whole weekend?
Dude, I remember it.
All right,
This is great stuff.
You had all my MAGA people in the audience. They loved you.
I messaged him and he said, "Yeah, I remember." And I'm like,
They agree about paying for bags and bullshit.
The last message I wrote, the last message I wrote to him, I was like, "Look,
Everything as an older straight male that I don't complain about, he does. He covers everything I don't complain about. Between me and you, we cover all the gamut.
That was good.
everyone's happy."
That was a good show that night too. That we went there.
You know what's in the bag area? Me. I'm in the fucking bag area.
I'm begging my own goddamn groceries. Apparently, I work here at Shopping Stop.
Me. I'm in the bag area.
I'm taking a fucking Snickers too.
I love that. I love that punch. Me,
Dude,
I'm in the bag area. I'll be in the back of the room, and like McGuire's, you'll hear me cackle.
Oh,
Dude, I'll do your whole act right now.
Always
when
gets
other
me.
comics know your shit.
I'll do your whole
absolutely.
act right now.
I know.
I'll do Terry's whole act right now too.
We did a podcast, Johnny Woods, out in Dayton last week. And he says to me and Mike Merck, he goes, "Do you guys know each other's entire acts?" We're like, yeah, like the basic shit. He goes, "I have new stuff," and he has new stuff, but we know each other's basic, like the act when we're trying to impress a new booker, kind of the act.
Dude,
we know
favorite.
every fucking word to each other's act.
Is gonna go.
Back in the day, right before I went to Ireland, me and Gallo did this thing called, it was the original The Road Rage tour, was June 2012.
100%. Yeah.
Because everybody says comedians never work in June. So Gallo goes, "Oh yeah, watch this," and he booked a 28 days in a row the whole month of June. Then I had 2 days off, and I was on a plane for Dublin. So by the 17th or 18th day, I forget which venue it was, Gallo goes, "I'm getting really bored of this shit. Like you leave work, you shower, you go drive up and down early, you set up your sound system, I come in, blah, blah, blah. We did a show, we kill, blah, blah, blah. We get money, we go home." Gallo got so bored of doing it every night. And he goes, "Why don't we just like fuck around tonight?" We switched acts. So Gallo is doing mine. I couldn't do the sound effects, but I was like, hey, asshole. Like I'm doing all, I'm trying to do all the shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do his shit. He did my stuff, fucking like just, but and he did it. He was doing all my jokes. Right before he did it, I don't know, but he had an unlit cigarette in his mouth, and he's like this, like grumpy with an unlit cigarette in his mouth to portray me, and it was fucking hilarious.
I love George Gallo. He's one of those guys that, but he's.
So you had some fucking stories with Gallo. Weren't you guys called like the Grim? You told me on the road one time. You told me this story when I was driving with you about how you guys were called like the Grim Reaper of clubs at one point.
Yeah, because there was a couple clubs where we did the show, and then like 2 weeks later, the club went out of business. So they used to call us the Grim Reapers of comedy. One time we did a show. One time we did a show. It was Port Washington. Gallo worked in Manhattan at the time, so I drove in from Suffolk with my sound system. We had a musician with us, Willie Scopatone.
Okay.
He would sit at a keyboard and he would sing like Billy Joel and Elton John, the Eagles and shit like that. So it was cool. He did like. Yeah, but
it worked though.
Oh, it was great. No.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, he would do like a half hour of music, then I would do a half hour, and then Gallo up and do 45 minutes, and it was nice. We actually the three of us did Pace's Steakhouse like three years in a row, the Christmas party.
I would do that.
Oh, okay.
It was dope. Yeah, it was great. Oh, they paid us well. Pace's is amazing. They paid us well, and then also like they would give you a $100 gift certificate as like a gift, so you can go back at another date. It was the greatest situation.
I'll do that right now.
So we had a gig in Port Washington. Me and Willie, like I wish it should have been like in a movie where the camera was right behind me and Willie. It was me, my sound system, Willie with his keyboards and all his shit and his mics, and then Gallo walks off the train from Manhattan and stands next to me and goes, "Are you kidding me?" The gig we were about to walk in was flames shooting out of the fucking roof. It was burning down. It was burning down like 10 minutes before we should have went.
You drove up to it and it was on fire?
We drove up to it. And it was and it was like, you see the flames shooting, and we're like, all right, wait. And he goes, Gallo, I go, yeah, no show tonight. He goes, yeah, this is pretty much how everything's been going.
Oh my God.
That is.
You drove up to a club and it was on fire?
I got my shit out of the car and I go, well, what is all this police activity and ambulances?
Sure has nothing to do with us.
Flames shooting out of the top of this fucking restaurant. Gallo actually did a video like with the firemen. He was mimicking one of them because they were like short. He's like, hey, what's going on, little guy? You know, and he's mocking them. It was hilarious.
Your gig's on fire.
What was your mentality at that point?
Murphy's Law. Irish luck. My Irish luck. Like, anything that will happen to me fucking happens. It's unbelievable.
I think we're probably gonna have to do something else, but we're done with this.
Beautiful.
We're done with.
Wow, look at the shadowing.
It's all gonna be soft gray.
I love it.
Go check it all out. We still
What?
What do you put? Is it Neosporin what you put on this?
No, Jesus Christ! What?
Oh, really?
We from the '80s? No, no. But now I would say just
Coconut oil?
Use like coconut.
Coconut oil? Well, I already have it, 'cause that's what I jerk off with.
Coconut oil. What are you gonna start wearing a FUBU? What's next? I'm just saying.
Rob, go ahead.
And so ends another episode of Who the F is Rob White? My guest on the show, Mr. Terry McNeely.
Who the F is Rob White?
That's, I have no idea. Some shitty tattoo guy from Selden, New York. Anything you have to say, or?
I had a ball. Hit up Black Dog. Look at how amazing this is. Detail, shadowing.
All kinds of stuff in there. I had a blast, Terry. Thank you for being on the show.
Absolutely.
And guys, like, share, subscribe, leave some comments. Also, because I'm forgetting, also a shout out to our third mic tonight, Mr. Joe Winchell.
Hey, what's up, man?
Right.
You haven't seen his face because it's ugly, and no one needs to see that.
He is the Millennial Stoner.
They call me Gas Face.
That's right. You can see more of Joe if you want to see him on Millennial Stoner, which is the other show that runs on Rock Cut. And this is Who the F is Rob White, and that is us signing off. Thank you.